Applause for Bill Cummings!
Yeah.
Really? Seriously? Come on! All right.
Thank you.
Well, there's no doubt about it. This is where they filmed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I'll tell you. I have notes because I'm old, and I don't have old notes. I always try to make myself feel better. On the way over, I stopped at the bookstore, asked for a self-help book, and the lady at the counter said that would be kind of defeating the purpose, wouldn't it? There you go, thank you. You know you're the ugly one when everybody comes together for a group picture and they hand you the camera? I was at the Brick just several minutes ago, and was holding the door open. I thought I was being polite, and the lady kept saying, "Shut the door, I'm peeing in here." I was married once. You know, marriage is like a deck of cards. It starts out with 2 hearts and a diamond, and 10 years later, it's all clubs and spades. Some people talked about online dating. I've done the online dating thing. I have never met a woman in my life like some of the ones that poked me or tapped me or whatever they say. I seem to attract 68-year-old lesbians that want to try heterosexual sex again. Calling me their boy toy. I am not a toy and I am not a boy, so I don't know how that actually works. One gal actually was cross-eyed, but in the pictures everything was like this, and then when I met her she turned and boy did really, you gotta watch those pictures. I lived in Denver for about a year and a half, lived in a high-rise building. I'd never lived in a high-rise downtown, 27th floor, beautiful view of the Front Range. And when I was signing the lease, it was obviously owned by attorneys because there was a stack this thick of all of the addendums. Like you can't use more than 3 washing machines, and you can't have more than 1 parking spot, and you can't have sex in the elevator, and you can't control the... Whoa, wait, back that up a minute. So you're telling me, usually when they make a rule, there's a problem in the building? So that's a good problem to have, sex in the elevator? And I said, so tell me about how this rule works. And the leasing agent said, well, the way the rule works is if you are doing the deed to the person in the elevator, it's a $100 fine. Okay. If you stop the elevator, it's a $200 fine. I said, okay, well, if it's really going good, I mean, $200, right? So I'm thinking, okay, so I got in the elevator, and a really hot chick got in, and I said, so you know about the rules in the building? She goes, yes, I do. And I said, I got $100, but you would have to pay the first 100, and I'll pay the other 100 to stop. She goes, okay. So we close the elevator doors, and as we're going up, we stop on the 10th floor on the way to the 27th floor, and the door's open. And the gentleman says, are you going up? I said, nope, she's going down. The elevator's going up. So that was it. To this day, I keep $200 in my pocket. You know, life without women really would be a pain in the ass, wouldn't it? Literally a pain in the ass. I think alcohol, because of our youth today, I think alcohol should be served in those Capri Sun packages. So if you can't get the straw in the little hole anymore, it's time to stop drinking. If a quiz is a quizzical, what's a test? Just think about that. A quiz is a quizzical, what's a test? Yeah. You know how axe handles are made of wood? That's got to be one of the biggest fuck you to trees, wouldn't it? I hated this girl. She had asthma. I was living in the apartment in Denver, and the walls were paper thin, and the neighbors, man, they got it on. They knew how to do it, and so I wanted to sound like that too. And so this gal had asthma. She had one of those inhalers, and she suddenly had an asthma attack, so I grabbed the inhaler and I was holding it up. She goes, no, give it to me now, give it to me now. Went to the beach this weekend, shot my first turkey, stunned the guy at Safeway that was selling them. I read this morning that 4,153,237 people got married last year. Shouldn't that be an even number? When I was married, my wife woke me up one morning in a panic and said, the car won't start, the car won't start. And I said, okay, well, just give me a minute. I'll wake up and figure out what the problem is. She goes, no, I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. Really, I do. And I said, well, how would you know what the problem is? And she said, there's water in the carburetor. There's water in the carburetor. How would you know that there's water in the carburetor? You didn't take auto shop in high school, and you didn't, how do you know? I'm positive. I'll bet you $100. And I said, okay, you're on. I better. And I said, where's the car? And she goes, it's in the pool. Finally, I have friends who are pastors, and so this gentleman told me this story, and true story. His wife came home, and they had pledged, a little poverty to keep things a little tight. And she bought a dress, cost $250, and he looked at the receipt and he goes, I thought we had a deal that you weren't going to go out and spend lots and lots of money. She goes, well, honey, look at me in this dress. And he goes, no, I agree, you look hot, but really, $250, we had a deal. And she goes, well, I was in the store looking in the mirror, and I thought, wow, I would look really good. And all of a sudden, I could hear like the devil's voice going, you really look hot in that dress. You should take it home. And the husband said, you know how we do that. We say, Satan, get behind me. She goes, I said that. I did. I said that. And she goes, and? He said, well, it looks good from the back, too. That's my set. Thanks, everybody.
Bill Cummings, everybody. Give him a big round of applause.